Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, GOP brings the Revenue Authority bill to the House for first reading. PM says audit of Ministry of National Defense and Border Security will be made public. Pilot Howell Grange to be recognized for bravery during plane hijacking, and Miss Earth Belize introduces former Miss Universe Belize Halima as National Director. These stories and more coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Friday, July 31st. I am Nevia Ramos. The Prime Minister says that the Auditor General's report will be made public. Earlier this year, the Prime Minister requested that an audit be launched into the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security after leaked SmartStream payments showed that millions of dollars in government contracts were awarded to Oscar Mira's siblings. In speaking with the media yesterday, Auditor General Maria Rodriguez said that the decision to make the report public is not up to her, but rather the Minister of Finance, the PM. Today, the Prime Minister stated that after he is finished reviewing the report, the audit will be made public.
Well, I think we first have to see what will come before us. We have no issue when it comes to the issues of transparency and to be able to call. That is why we have the Auditor General. But before I could comment, I really would need to take a look and see what is it that they're talking about.
She also said that after her audits on the Ministry of Defense are finished, she would of course have to go to Cabinet first, and she doesn't know when it will be published to the public. Is this something that you will commit to, that these reports will be publicly published?
Well, again, the audit is ongoing right now, and I really need to be able to see what is it that they're talking. And I think they reported again to the Financial Secretary, not even directly to me. Obviously, as a Minister of Finance, I will get a copy of it. But I don't see no reason why we would not make that audit public.
Immediately.
I wouldn't say, well, immediately. I'd have to take a look first. The process is that we get the report and then we table it to the National Assembly. So I don't want to commit about immediately, but let me take a look at it and before I could be able to commit, because I think we need to see what is the best way to go about it, but it will be made public.
A major part of the audit has to do with reviewing all the sub $10,000 payments that were made to various vendors with connections to Minister Oscar Mira and Florencio Marin Jr. While the PM has admitted that it is a bad look, today he stated that the payments were rushed through as the BDF soldiers needed to eat every day.
This under $10,000 where the ministry has been doing that to be able to get food for the BDF. It seems to have been a practice that has been going on for some time. And now I saw in the news where somebody was making the point that it even continued up to this year. Well, now that I've been involved as a minister, and I sat down with the with the CEO, and he explained, he says, they went 13 times to the contractor general to ensure that they could get it right when they put in to return the bids. And he's saying he's very pleased with the cooperation from the contractor general. She has been extremely helpful. But what happened is that when they sent these, when they sent the recommendations from the bids that were taking place, the Ministry of Finance took very long to respond. The Ministry of Finance may have their own reasons, but the point is that they were not responding, and the BDF eat every day. And so the only way that they could be able to keep up giving the food, he explained to me, is to be able to be ordering, under these $10,000 bid. Now you could question as to who are the people they're asking, and so that's another matter, but that's for the contractor general to deal with. I'm just trying to explain why is it that they have to continue this during this time, simply to be able to keep food on the table. What they're trying to do is to ensure that they can continue to get food on the table for the BDF whilst they get an approval for finance, from the Ministry of Finance. There's some blame to be given all around. And I think that we now have to find a more effective and efficient way in approving these things. And now that the CEO now has a pretty good grasp on what the contractor general is expecting for her to be able to approve these contracts, I think we'll be able to move faster.
A business linked to the Cabinet Secretary, Stuart Leslie, has also come into the spotlight recently. Leslie is listed as a co-owner of RSL Group Limited, which has been revealed as a supplier of condiments and other materials to the Ministry of National Defense. According to the PM, the Cabinet Secretary told him that he was only trying to assist a family friend, but made sure that the company did not receive any special favors from the government.
Were you aware that he owned the company?
Sorry?
Were you aware that he owned the company?
No, I was not aware.
Do you think this is an appearance of self-dealing, though?
But he has already pointed out that all he was trying to do is trying to help a family friend. And, in hindsight, you have to turn vision. I know he said, Prime Minister, maybe I shouldn't have allowed. He wasn't fully aware what all that was taking place, in a sense. But he has been very clear that he at no time called anybody to be able to, for them to be able to get any kind of contracts or any kind of special favors. And obviously, when you see the amount of business that they got, they weren't really getting any kind of special favors. So sometimes, we don't think things through, and so if we look back and say, shucks, I should have been doing, I could have been doing better, could have been different. And so it's a learning process for everybody.
Do you think it was unwise of him to put his name on the company, though?
I think he's already answered that.
Smart Stream records show that more than $85,000 in payments were made to the Orange Walk-based company this year. Today, the Prime Minister presented the Revenue Authority Bill 2026 to the House of Representatives for its first reading. The bill seeks to establish a revenue authority to facilitate official and effective administration and the collection of domestic and public monies. This bill officially introduces the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, which will take the place of the Tax Administration of Belize. According to the PM, this bill leaps Belize into modernization and will fix a number of issues that Belize Tax Service is currently facing.
The Belize Revenue Authority Bill for 2026 is just another step of the modernization of the tax administration in Belize. What we're doing here that under the Belize Revenue Authority Bill, or the BRA, it will establish a semi-autonomous revenue authority to improve administration, strengthen the management of our revenue workforce, and deliver better taxpayer service with clearer accountability. This bill introduces the kind of reforms that build upon the work that started in 2019. Modern systems alone cannot deliver the results. They must be supported by skilled people operating within a human resource framework for the specialized work of the revenue administration. At present, the Belize Tax Services Department faces recruitment delays, limited flexibility to deploy specialized skills, difficulty in retaining tax and IT professionals, and an appraisal system that is not tailored to specialized, result-driven work. A central purpose of this bill, therefore, is to create a human resources framework built on clear qualifications, merit-based recruitment, staff development, fair performance standards, and accountability.
And what about the public officers who worked for years at the Belize Tax Service? What will happen to them during the transition to SARA? The Prime Minister says that each public officer will have 3 options to choose from.
We recognize that changing established public service arrangements create legitimate concerns for officers and their representatives. These concerns will be given due attention and treated seriously. The transition must be approached with respect, transparency, and consultation. With this in mind, this bill gives public officers clear options. They could retire, they could apply to join the authority, or continued placement in the public service. So they have 3 options. It also preserves accrued pension and retirement benefits. The purpose is not to diminish earned rights, but to build and retain the specialized capacity Belize needs while treating every officer fairly. And Mr. Speaker, before anyone tries to be reckless, let me state that this bill does not increase taxes. It will not place a heavier burden on citizens and businesses already meeting their obligations. This bill seeks to make administration fairer, faster, more consistent, more effective, and more efficient. It provides better service for compliant taxpayers, stronger action against deliberate non-compliance, and less revenue leakage. A modern revenue administration must be firm with deliberate evasion, fair with every taxpayer, and helpful to those who want to comply.
SARA will be governed by a CEO and 7 board members. According to the Prime Minister, the bill is still not ready as 2 amendments will be made which should be fleshed out by the bill's 2nd reading. Social media has been in an uproar over the past few days after the Belize Broadcasting Authority revealed the Draft Broadcasting Act 2026, which will repeal and replace the Broadcasting and Television Act Chapter 227 of the Laws of Belize 2002. The bill includes a set of broadcast regulations and a code of conduct for independent media houses, digital creators, and broadcasters. Since the first consultation, there's been a lot of backlash over the proposed bill. Today, the Prime Minister defended the bill, stating that media blogs need to be regulated and held to the same standard as legacy media houses.
I think the big thing about the broadcasting authority is that now all of these online media people, blogs or whatever, that are taking advertisements and everything, also they have to be held to the same standards that you are being held. You all are at a disadvantage competing with these bloggers. These bloggers go online and they hear something and just put it out there without even checking whether it is so or not so, and all kind of thing, and then they're collecting revenues. They're providing a kind of like a service to the public, and they need to be held to the same journalistic standards that you at Love and Creme, Channel 7, Channel 5 are being held to. And that's the main part of it. Technology has changed, so we can't continue using the same legislation that was addressing a technology of the 1990s. So we have to keep up with that. So it has absolutely nothing to do with censorship.
We will be taking our first break for the evening and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
The National Celebrations Commission, in collaboration with the Belize City Council and the National Institute of Culture and History, proudly invites you to celebrate Emancipation Day at the annual Ibo Town Festival on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Following the official Emancipation Day ceremony, join us at the Isaiah Mortar Square on Albert Street West from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for a full day of culture, entertainment, and family fun. Experience an exciting lineup of live performances, cultural displays, local handicrafts, an educational emancipation tour, delicious food and drinks, and a free kids zone featuring face painting, cotton candy, snow cones, a bouncy house, and a trampoline. Think you've got the best powder bun or rice and beans? Enter our powder bun and rice and beans competition for a chance to win amazing cash prizes. Mark your calendars and bring the entire family to the Isaiah Mortar Square on Saturday, August 1st from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come celebrate our history, our freedom, our culture, and our community at the Ibo Town Festival. See you there!
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows, each generation building on the last, and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
The interest in agriculture is dying. There are many contributing factors, but I believe it has been taken in the view that farming is not important. I'm very pleased that we have a larger group than I expected last year. Last year we did 103, and this year we had 116 participating by the end of the week. So I'm very happy.
I love the agro-processing because it showed you how you can turn one simple thing into something more than it actually is. Like it adds value into something, and I think that's pretty cool.
Planting for me is important because I produce more more fruits and vegetables so people can buy and eat. I work at a farm, that's why I came to learn more.
You will enjoy it here, and you should come because you're gonna learn something new, and it will be so much fun.
Without a farmer, our tables will not be set for us. So that is what I am pushing for, to sensitize our children so that by the time they get into their adolescent years and they go to high school, they can choose into doing agriculture.
Thirty-six-year-old Chrismar Espinosa has been found guilty of the murder of Wilbert E. Banks Jr. following a judge-alone trial in the High Court. Banks, a bicycle technician and cyclist, was killed on April 5, 2024 after he was lured to the Lake Garden area of Ladeville, where he was shot 7 times in what was described as an execution-style killing. The court heard that the motive behind the killing was rooted in jealousy, as Espinosa believed his girlfriend was still involved with Banks, her former partner. Prosecutors argued that he forced his girlfriend to help lure Banks to the location, threatening her and her son if she did not comply. Espinosa's former girlfriend told the court that after the shooting, she was forced back into a vehicle and threatened not to speak about what happened. Her cell phone, found near the crime scene, later helped police link Espinosa to the murder. Justice Nigel Pilgrim ruled that the Crown's evidence proved Espinosa's intentionally killed Banks, rejecting Espinosa's claim that the allegations against him were fabricated. Espinosa, who had previously faced 2 other murder charges but was acquitted in those matters, is scheduled to return to court on September 7, 2026 for sentencing. The government has made an amendment to the MCC Account Belize Authority Act that seeks to ratify the Program Implementation Agreement. In December of 2022, Belize was selected as a recipient of the grant. In 2024, Belize signed a $125 million grant compact with the United States, focusing on an education project, an energy project, and the establishment of MCA Belize. The program is set to launch in September, so the amendment to the Act had to be made in order to have everything set before its launch.
Yeah, this is just a natural progression of what we've been doing. As you know, in I think it was in December 2021, Belize was selected as a recipient for the MCC because of the work that we've been doing, our government has been doing when it comes to democracy, human rights, and also the working with the private sector and the economy. And so we've been working all these years, and we quickly decided that we wanted to focus in education and energy. Now, this bill, Mr. Speaker, what we're doing now is to amend the Millennium Challenge Accountability Authority Act of 2024 by inserting after Section 50 of the Principal Act a new Section 50A, which specifically ratifies the MCC Compact and the related program implementation agreement and declares them to be validly entered into by the government of Belize. Mr. Speaker, prior to the launch of the MCC Compact, which is slated for the 18th of September of 2026, the state of Belize needs to officially ratify the MCC Compact and its ancillary program implementation agreement, both of which are duly signed by the government of Belize. At this point, and prior to the official launch of the MCC Compact, Belize needs to officially ratify the MCC Compact and its ancillary program implementation agreement, both of which were duly signed by the government of Belize.
The government of Belize is seeking to expand the country's national honor system with the introduction of new awards recognizing exceptional acts of courage, patriotism, and public service. During today's sitting of the House of Representatives, Prime Minister John Briceño presented the National Honors and Awards Bill 2026, which proposes the creation of additional categories of national recognition for Belizeans whose actions go beyond the call of duty. The proposed changes come in the wake of last year's attempted hijacking of a Tropic Air flight, during which Pilot Howell Grange successfully prevented the aircraft from being taken over despite sustaining stab wounds, safeguarding the lives of those on board. According to the Prime Minister, the incident highlighted a gap in Belize's existing honor system, which lacked an award specifically intended to recognize such extraordinary acts of heroism.
As we all know, I think was it the last year, when we had a person who had serious mental problems attempted to hijack one of our planes, a local flight. And we believe back then that Mr. Howell Grange acted with incredible bravery. He remained calm at all times, and even, played out with this person, letting him believe that the plane is going to the United States, talking in Spanish for him to believe that they were in Mexican airspace. And it required incredible bravery, incredible calm, and to be cool during that time, and even at the risk of his own life. And I know I think he was stabbed a few times. But because of his act of bravery, we managed to save pretty much all of the lives of the people in that plane. And so when we wanted to give him a special award to recognize his bravery, it then came to our attention that that there is nothing with the different medals that we have where we could fit him in to properly recognize what he has done. So what we are doing, Mr. Speaker, is with this Honors and Awards Act, it is establishing a mechanism to be able to recognize people who have rendered outstanding and meritorious service to our nation. We are proposing that we have a new national order to be known as the Order of National Pride and Patriotism Excellence, to be established to recognize such outstanding Belizeans. And also, Mr. Speaker, this act provides for the recognition of distinguished service and national achievement. It does not establish a specific national decoration or recognition for acts of bravery, courage, and self-sacrifice in dangerous situations, So today what we're doing is to establish an award of valor, which we believe would address this gap.
Among the proposed additions are the Order of National Pride and Patriotism Excellence and the Award of Valor, the latter intended to honor individuals who demonstrate exceptional bravery and self-sacrifice in service to others. Since being appointed as a special envoy for the development of families and children in January 2021, Rosana Briceño, the wife of the Prime Minister, has led an office charged with representing vulnerable women and children, giving them a voice and calling on the relevant authorities to act swiftly when wrongdoing occurs. Yet, amid the piling number of gender-based violence in recent months, most of which have generated calls for swift action and justice, there have also been times when the office responsible for those pressing issues has gone silent. But shouldn't the special envoy speak out on every gender-based violence case? Briceño answered, simply saying they have to choose their battles, adding that it's important for the office to issue statements only when they can invoke immediate change. According to Briceño, every release has to be impactful. Otherwise, they fall short of their purpose and become meaningless. Here's that exchange.
I have a voice, and if I don't use my voice for advocacy, then it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And I've thought about it over and over and over, and I'm very careful when I ruffle feathers because it can go anyway, and people take it anyway. It's damn if you do and damn if you don't. I don't know if I can say that, but I already did in this country. But if you don't say, it's something that people say, well, she's just there. When I do say, and when I do ruffle feathers, it's because I think it's important. And I feel that people need to know that they will be called out. People need to know that you are being watched, that they need to do what they are supposed to be doing. And I'm not afraid to use my voice for that. If it will save a child, if it will save a woman, if it will save a journalist, give her her place, and then I have to do that. When I'm not here anymore, it's up to whoever else. But in the meantime, I will continue to ruffle feathers.
What would you say to the criticism, though, that your office is silent on certain cases, like when we saw an uptick in violence against women, that month when we had all those femicides, we have violence against children, and not even a press release from your office?
But you know what? I can't be hollering and screaming all the time. You have to pick your battles. And when the Ministry of Human Development or the National Women's Commission send out a release, we're all a part of that. I decide in my office when I feel it's not being heard or it's just too much of a technical release, that something more needs to be said. In consultation, I send out a release. But I can't be sending out releases just to send out releases because they become very meaningless. And it has to be impactful. You have to pick the ones that you feel deserve, not that everything doesn't deserve attention, but I think the ones that deserve an immediate change or something, somebody has to move and do something. If that's what it takes, then I will continue to do that.
We will be taking our last break for the evening and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial star 100 pound key. No stress, no waiting, just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
In the heart of Belmopan, there's a pharmacy that cares for more than just prescriptions. Medicare Plus Pharmacy, genuine patient and community-centered care, isn't just a promise, it's what we deliver every day. From medicines and wellness products to everyday essentials for you, your home, and even your pets. We're here for your entire family. Moms and expecting mothers are welcome to nurse in our private counseling room because your comfort matters. We offer diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, and medical counseling to help keep you informed and in control of your health. We support our community through blood drives, nutrition and wellness programs, and partnerships that make healthcare more accessible for everyone. And when medical information feels overwhelming, our trained staff takes the time to explain, guide, and support you so you can confidently manage your health and improve your quality of life. Medicare Plus Pharmacy Belmopan, genuine patient and community-centered care, always.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
The Miss Earth Belize Foundation has officially named former 2024 Miss Universe Belize Halima Hoy as its new national director. According to the foundation, Hoy brings years of experience in pageantry, advocacy, and community leadership. In addition to representing Belize on the Miss Universe stage, Hoy has served as a Healthy Belize Change Agent, L'Oreal Brand Ambassador, and a UNICEF Champion for Children in 2024. Today, Hoy spoke about the new opportunity as the organization prepares to host the first ever Miss Earth Belize pageant in August. Through her leadership, Hoy hopes that in collaboration with the foundation, the project will have a stronger impact, not just as a beauty pageant, but as a platform for young leaders to advocate for Belize both locally and internationally.
I think there's a collaborative vision for sure of first and foremost enhancing what pageantry means in Belize. It provides a avenue for young women to express leadership and creativity, and specifically for Miss Earth Belize is to create more advocates for our natural resources and our environment. And I think that these ladies that we have this year, they bring that to light in a very unique way. I want to see that the pageant becomes bigger in Belize. I want more young women and just the greater Belizean audience to be aware of what it means to be Miss Earth Belize. It has a huge responsibility that aligns closely with what Belize stands for, and we value our environment, we value our ecosystems, and we just want people to know that this is not just a beauty pageant, this is also a platform to promoting those environmental friendly, those projects that are environmentally friendly that Belize also promotes. So this young woman has a huge huge platform, she has a huge responsibility to her environment and to broadcasting that to the rest of the world, not just among Belizeans, but also on an international stage. So that is one thing that we want to bring to the forefront of this pageant. Miss Earth is one of the big three pageants. It's one of those pageants where Belize has the most promise in. We've had a delegate who actually won the overall Miss Earth title, Destiny Wagner, in 2021. We also had our Miss Earth 2025, Pariska, which won 2 medals at the previous international pageant. So it's one of those pageants where Belize has our name is already out there in that field, but yet in Belize, we're not getting as much support as we want to see from the Belizean public. So it's something that I really want to encourage people to follow our pages, follow our queens, read their advocacies, because it's one of those pageants that truly aligns with what Belize values, and that's protecting our ecosystems, our wildlife, just preserving our natural resources. And I think that if we get more support, we can see more young people in leadership in those positions. So I just want to encourage everybody to go out there and do their research and support the pageant. This coming it's August the 8th, we're having the pageant. So I want to see a good show there and also see the support from the Belizean people.
Today, fisher folk and fishing cooperatives in Dangriga town participated in a 3-part hurricane preparedness simulation exercise aimed at strengthening disaster response and climate resilience within the fisheries sector. The exercise was conducted by the Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Conservation in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations and the National Emergency Management Organization. It featured 3 phases: a tabletop exercise, a functional exercise, and a full-scale field drill based on a simulated hurricane threat impacting southern Belize. During the 1-day exercise, participants practiced key emergency actions, including receiving sharing alerts, securing boats and fishing equipment, protecting cooperative records, confirming evacuation procedures, and coordinating with response agencies. As part of the effort, participants also received safety equipment such as fire extinguishers, safety vests, and helmets. Officials noted that the simulation helped to identify areas where existing preparedness measures are working and where adjustments are needed. The results will inform an after-action review and support efforts to build safe, more resilient fishing communities. And that is the news for this evening. Good night and God bless. I am Navia Ramos.